Welcome back to Journey to Novelist. This channel is devoted to new writers and those writers new to pursuing the goal of becoming a published author. This video is going to be just a quick update about the different softwares that we've looked at over the past couple of years. And we're going to start by looking at those softwares that we kind of reviewed in 2022. The software that is available for under $30. We were looking for things that could be downloaded and used on a desktop system, especially a Windows system, because that's what I use. And we wanted software that was pretty cheap but would handle 50,000 words of a novel. So we're going to start looking at some of those and see where they stand today. So the first one is Bibisco. Now, Bibisco, I was very fond of Bibisco. It has a lot of features in it. We looked at version 2.4.0 originally. Currently, there is an update that is version 3.0.3 that came out in June of 2023. So that product is still being developed and is still available with a free edition. The next is a program called Celtext, and you used to run across this a lot whenever you were looking for writing software. It is still available out there in a paid version. The version we reviewed originally that was free was version 2.9.1. Now, I was unable to find any links to this software that worked for me. Whenever I did find one version, I tried to download it, and it did trigger my antivirus protection software, so I did not even bother to look at it. The paid version, the newer updated version, I don't know what version that is, but you go onto their site and they want you to pay $135 for the entry-level writer version. That is what you would want if you were writing a book, but it really is entry-level and was missing a lot of features. So I'm going to say that this is no longer on my list of software to consider. $135 per year is a bit too much for me, and just because of the money, I'm taking that out of my list. But if you want to look at it, feel free to go look for Celtext and, try it out if you want. So the next one we mentioned was Quoll Writer, which has gotten an update. The newest version is version 3. It is still available to use for free, so that's good. I don't have much more information there. It looked like it was pretty much the same in the interface. I didn't go deeply into it, but it is still there. There is also Shaxpir. Now, this one, it has updated. It was the version 4.5.12 whenever we looked at it originally. Now, the free version is actually called Shaxpir for Everyone, and you download it and you can use that. The newest version is version 4.6.5, and there's a little bit of a difference here for the update that this one got. The update actually removed some features because one of the databases of information that they were using for those features, they decided to take down, just so that they would not be infringing on anybody's copyrights, and they started to feel that that was not something they wanted to have out there. But the rest of the program, the core program, is still all there and is still available in a free version. Just with an email, you can go ahead and use that. So there is the next software, and that is Snowflake Pro. Now, Snowflake Pro is no longer in development, but the links to get it, if you have the book, that is still available. And if you would like the software and want to follow all the right rules and be very legal about it, then you would buy the book, and then you could get Snowflake Pro legally for free from their download. The software Storyweaver. This was another one we looked at we reviewed version 3. There was a version 4 on their website at the time that we were looking at 3 that they wanted you to pay for 4. So we looked at the free version, which was version 3. Now, neither one of those, either version 4 that was paid or the version 3, is available. If you try to use those links, you get a 404 error. So Storyweaver is off the list and seems to be completely unavailable at this time. The next one we looked at was Wavemaker, or rather Wavemaker's cards. Now this is a progressive web app, a PWA, and it uses a browser as your main interface. Although your information is stored locally on your computer, you can install it. I know at the time I looked at it, you could install it with either Chrome or the Edge browser. And it is still available, still completely free, so it's out there. I don't know whether version 3 is actually an update or not, so I think it might be. The next software is Writeway Pro. Now, Writeway Pro also does not seem to be in development at this time. It is still available with all the same links as we looked at originally. It hasn't really changed anything. You can still get it for free. Writer 7 is also in the same boat there. It is not really under development as far as I could tell. It's still the same version that we looked at and is still freely available. And the other two softwares that we looked at in 2022 were Free Writer and New Novelist 3. And both of those programs have been, as far as I can tell, completely taken down. I did have one person that watched some of the videos that was able to find a link for Free Writer and download it, although that was the lesser of the two programs. They were both made by the same company, and those are no longer available. Now, as you can see by looking at these softwares, almost all of them were completely free. I would say that Bibisco is paid if you want the Supporters Edition, and Shaxpir also has a paid version that you can get. But most of this is all free, so if you're just looking for some free writing software, any of the ones that are still available are something you could look at. Now in 2023, we started looking at software that was available for under $60. So I kind of upped the price limit of what I was willing to pay for a year's worth of service. And I did look at not only software that you could download to desktop, but I also wanted to look at some of the online versions of software. And I started doing that. I did not get very far into my reviews, but these are the ones that I did look at. Novlr, which you can go to novlr.org to get this, and there is a completely free version out there where you can run 5 projects and use it completely free for those 5 projects. Once you need to go over the 5 projects, then you could get a year's worth of subscription for around $50. I believe if you pay annually, it's $4 per month, and if you pay monthly, I think it's $5 per month. So you get a little bit of a break if you actually pay on an annual basis. The other one I looked at it's called Novel Easy. We looked at that also in 2023 this year, and it's free for up to 10 books. That's what they say in their pricing arrangement. If you need to go above that, then they have a paid version as well. We did look at Scrivener. Now, Scrivener comes up if you Google any type of writing software. Scrivener is going to come up. If you ask the writing community, Scrivener is going to come up. It has been around for quite a while. It was available first just for Macs, and more recently they added Windows versions. Very popular program, very powerful program, and also carries a price tag of just under our $60 of $59.99 for your copy of Scrivener. Now they're currently on Scrivener 3, and that is the one that we looked at earlier this year. So nothing has really changed with Scrivener. I looked at one other software in 2023. Like I said, I didn't get a chance to do much this year, but we looked at a software called Contour. And Contour is no longer out there. The whole company that seemed to be putting out Contour has taken down pretty much all their products as far as I could see. I saw several people online in different forums looking for various softwares that that company made, and there is no way to get any of them. So Contour is completely gone. Don't even bother looking for it. So that is all of the software that we reviewed in 2022 and 2023. Just a little update for you. I'm going to put the links and the prices for those that require a purchase, which there's only really one on the list that requires the purchase, and that's Scrivener. I will add that into the description so you can find it. If you want to look a little bit more at what we looked at for these softwares, because most of them, their updates were not large updates. They did not change the software drastically. You can always go back and look at some of those videos I did in 2022 and 2023 on my 2 different playlists to kind of see what they look like. And in the year 2024, I will try to actually review some other software. I'm going to still look mostly at software that is below the $60 mark, because like I said, I don't want to spend hundreds of dollars on software every year. I would prefer to keep it under $60. I think that is a reasonable amount to pay. So go ahead and join me back here next year for more software reviews. I already have a list that I'm putting together of software I would like to take a look at to see if they might be beneficial for you. I'll see you back here in 2024 for more software reviews.